All right, here we go. We got a major update on Cyraxx. This is one of the bigger updates recently. But there was just say another trolling incident at the Wilkins household last night or this morning, and once again, Cyraxx had an interaction with the police and got told, "Shove it, we're not going to do anything." So let's get into it.
Um, I know that normally I would be doing music or gaming or working on something, but today I've been very, very depressed. And for good reason. My family is at risk of being evicted from our home because of the trolls. This morning, Music Biz Marty sent someone to our house to rip down our fence. And our landlady, the company, whatever you want to call it, her insurance company, her and the police both said that either our internet gets turned off or we get evicted.
All right, and there we go. That's the crux of the issue right there. So the trolling has finally reached the point where the police have flat out told Cyraxx to stay off the internet. They're not going to do anything. And this is a huge revelation. I don't think, at least I didn't, I'm not sure if anyone else did, that the Wilkins were renting the house. I always assumed Sally owned the place. I mean, it's a dump. The place is worth like $40,000-$50,000 in the high end. And, most people working an entry-level job could afford the place. But here we go with Cyraxx. I mean, he's already deflecting responsibility for this entire situation, and he refuses to acknowledge that the internet is the cause of his problems. And it's really pathetic, for a guy that's 30-something years old, living with his grandma, doesn't work, is falsely receiving disability payments. The guy's perfectly capable of working many entry-level jobs, not, no point specifying which ones, but he's more than capable of working at a number of jobs, that's without a doubt. So he doesn't contribute anything to the household. He just causes them problems. And I think it's quite remarkable that the landlord is even aware of Cyraxx's internet presence. I mean, that goes to tell you, how extensive this has gotten, that his landlord is aware of his shenanigans on the internet. Truly remarkable.
And I need everyone's help, because my family wants to fight this really bad. We want to get a lawyer, but around here in Ohio, it's almost impossible. My family needs an out-of-state lawyer that will take on our case and help to fight this shit. And my mom's been downstairs in tears on and off all morning. I've been trying to figure out a way that I can raise over $100 to try to get a lawyer for my family so that we can finally fight these goddamn trolls and put a stop to this shit.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't get it. An attorney costs a hell of a lot more than $100. I've paid $100 for a single phone call with an attorney at Last time I had to hire an attorney, I had to pay just under $5,000 for a couple hours of work. Uh, Very good attorney though, and he did a very good job. But an attorney is not going to cost $100, and they're not going to accept pro bono work. They're not going to do anything like that because there's no chance of collecting on any potential lawsuit. Uh, Cyraxx is just totally clueless. There's nothing to fight. An attorney can't do anything that he himself can't do. An attorney's just going to tell you to stay off the internet. Um, and if you're financially well off, then they'll take your money and sue anybody you want for anything. But civil litigation is expensive, and Cyraxx doesn't realize that. And I know an individual who's financially very well off. They don't need money. They don't need to worry about money. They never have to worry about money again for the rest of their life. And they took someone to court knowing that they wouldn't receive a payout, spent almost $40,000 on attorneys just to make someone's business go defunct for being able to not afford the payments on the settlement, or not, excuse me, not the settlement, on the judgment. But there are legal remedies Cyraxx could attempt to pursue that don't require an attorney. They don't require the police. I'm not going to tell him what they are. I'm not going to assist him in that endeavor. But even those things cost money. Like, he can't go to the court and file some documents and just avoid paying the $100, $200, $300 fee, whatever it is, to file a motion or anything with the court. But he's totally clueless.
Because these trolls like Music Biz, Marty, and CVG have put my family in a very, very dangerous situation where we will probably be evicted if something is not done. And this house is all I've ever known for the last 10 years. For the last 10 to 11 years, this has been my home. This has been my family's home. This is where I first started my music. This is where I started my very first YouTube channel. This house has been a part of my life for the last 11 years. And it's been a part of my family's life. This is our home. And we're at risk because of the fucking trolls doing what they're fucking doing. These people have damaged our house, stolen stuff from us, and the police and the FBI are refusing to do a damn thing about it. This morning, when we called the police department to make a report, that officer basically made it sound like I start a lot of the shit that goes on. But
that's truly pathetic. He didn't even have an officer come out to the house. That just goes to show you that everyone at the police department knows who he is. They're aware of his online shenanigans, and they're fed up with wasting police resources on showing up to the Wilkins house to deal with these complaints. That's sad. That's really, really, really sad. And I think it also points to the police department being fully aware that Cyraxx is not innocent in this. And the things that up to this point have happened, have been all done by anonymous people, not related to Marty, not related to CVG. Maybe some, convoluted way they could be related. They could be a fan of Marty's, a fan of CVG's, but I don't believe it. I could be wrong, and I've been wrong plenty of times before, but I don't believe that either one of those individuals would directly be involved. So they might do like the little lawn chair thing, but I don't think either one of those guys would be posting the ad for when someone stole the wheels off Sally's car a couple days ago. I don't think they would do that. I don't think that they would post an ad to steal a fence. That's pretty extreme, and because everything else has just been petty. The police aren't going to go start an interstate investigation costing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in resources, wasting 2 weeks of time from a handful of different police officers, wasting a prosecutor's time, getting warrants and going to court, all over some plastic lawn chairs and an internet pedophile that won't get a job. They're just not. I don't think they're going to do it, and I think that's the truth of the matter. And frankly, it's hilarious.
You guys know that a lot of the shit that goes on, I don't start it. I try to get away from it. So I'm asking, not for myself, but on behalf of my family. I need you guys' help to try to get a lawyer or somehow or other get some sort of money. So if these people can be put behind bars where they belong, and the answer is because according to the police, everything that goes on the internet is not real. None of this is real. They think that getting off the internet is gonna help things.
I mean, they're completely right, Cyraxx. Like, it would help. There's a few things that would just completely resolve the situation. One, Sally kicking you out. Two, staying off the internet. And when I say stay off the internet, I don't mean, staying off YouTube entirely. I don't mean staying off Reddit entirely. I don't mean staying off DoorDash. If any of those things are things you consume or involve yourself with, avoid the streams. Keep your account anonymous. Don't create content. Those are the ways that would fix this. 100%. And the biggest one would be you getting kicked out. That would immediately resolve Sally's issues. She would no longer have to worry about one, the fact that she'd be getting kicked out, and then two, she'd be able to sleep at night. You keep her up all night, every night. She'd finally be able to get a night of sleep without you there. And you are perfectly capable of working and paying rent to, in a little studio apartment. You can easily do that. But you won't take responsibility, and frankly, Sally shielded you from the world.
I truly think that by getting off the internet is going to help shit. But it's not. It's only going to make it worse. And quite honestly, I'm tired of sitting here and watching this happen and nothing being done about it. I'm tired of the police here not doing their fucking job. I'm tired of being taken as a joke. I'm tired of my family being seen as we're doing something wrong when we're trying to stop all this. And I'll be honest, guys, I can't bear to see my mom homeless. I can't. I can't bear to see her or my stepdad homeless. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to anyone involved. These people need to be stopped, and bad. I know a lot of people out there think that I have all this money, but the truth is I don't. I don't have the money that I deserve. I don't have the money that I've worked my fucking ass off for the last 7 years. And it's because...
Yeah, you don't have anything because you haven't worked. Working isn't something people like to do. I legitimately believe that there's not a single person in this world that enjoys working. People work because they need money or they need resources to survive. And, if you're a farmer and you just work on your self-sufficient farm, you need to work every day so you can put food on the table. If you're a doctor, You're not working 100 hours a week in a very rigorous environment to enjoy your life. No, you're doing it so you can have a very nice retirement and retire at an early age. That's why you're doing it. He just doesn't get it. If he gets his little pittance of $300-400 a month from SSDI, and he's fine with that. And which that's your right as an American. You can be as disagreeable as you want. You can attempt to live off the government and defraud SSDI all you want. But the fact of the matter is, Cyraxx, if you had a job this entire time, let's say for the last 10 years, you worked at a warehouse, or you had driving a forklift, or let's say you had worked at a grocery store stocking the shelves. If you'd worked there for the last 10 years straight, you'd probably be making $15 an hour or more. Forklift driving where I live starts over 18 an hour at the shittiest of jobs. And stocking shelves where I live starts at believe the store down the street from me starts at $17 an hour. And I don't live in New York City or LA or anything like that. I live in a fairly reasonable city. You choose not work, and if you're making $15 to $20 an hour, that puts you in the 30, maybe $40,000 income range. If you're getting overtime, versus the $300 to $400 a month. So you're talking about a difference of between 25 and potentially up to $35,000 a year. You've missed out on income over the last 10 years. Your family would be dramatically better off right now if you had just saved a third of that. Imagine if your family had $100,000 right now and you could just tell your landlord, hey, I'm buying our little $50,000 shack. And that's just really sad. It's so pathetic. And I'm going to save you guys some time in this video because he just rambles on and on and on up until a certain point where he switches subjects. And he ends up stating in this part of this next section, we're going to gloss over between the repeated rants, e-begging for money for an attorney, that his family only has $200 a month left over after paying rent, and it all goes to food. That is pathetic. Why Sally hasn't kicked his ass out. At the very least, her SSDI and Social Security check would be going farther for herself. She wouldn't be having to feed that fucking goblin. But that is flat out pathetic.
So Marty, William Glory Hole, and CBG, that I don't have that fuck. That's the kind of fucking person I am. And this right here will make it even more clear. You see this card right here? I used to work with Operation Smile back in the day. And if you guys don't know what Operation Smile is, they give free surgeries to kids and people with cleft lip and cleft palate all over the world. I came across them about 14 years ago while watching a movie that a good friend of our family had started. The movie was called Smile. In the movie, Operation Smile is called Doctor's Gift. But when I watched that movie, I knew I needed to get involved. I knew that was something that I needed to get involved with. And ever since then, I've been involved with them on a lot of levels. I've made videos for them. I've done local charity events with the church that I used to go to with them. I've done local missions to help out.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all. The only reason he'd be involved with the charity is to meet kids. He's repeatedly shown that he cannot stay away from talking to minors. He has a sexual attraction to young ladies between, young girls between what is it, about 13 and 16. I think that's his favorite age group. But he doesn't have any money to donate to them. He doesn't have any skill set that would allow the charity to actually assist people. He's not a carpenter building homes for Habitat for Humanity. Making videos on your little lolcow channel is not assisting a charity. That's making them look bad. I would say that's actively hurting the charity. So that's just ridiculous, Cyraxx.
That's the kind of person that I am. Always giving, but yet no one gives in return. Because of these trolls, everybody's afraid to give in return. And it's fucking sad. It's truly fucking sad. I did not ask to be trolled or bullied or I am a victim of gang stalking. But yet, the police don't want to do anything.
It's because you're not really a victim of game stalking. You're a victim of bedbug bites. You're a victim of putting yourself on the internet when you look like the fucking goblin from Lord of the Rings. You're a victim of people's retribution for your racist and snide remarks. You're a victim of your own refusal to work and continued e-begging. All of these things, any one of those would cause backlash towards you, Cyraxx. None of those things I would label as stalking behavior. And you put your own address out there. You put your own phone number out there. I got it the other day on the internet. I wasn't even looking for it, and I got it. I just came across it. A voicemail you had uploaded years ago, or maybe a year ago, I don't know. But it was you doxed your own phone number. You caused all of these issues. All you got to do is stay off the internet because you don't have the mental capacity to filter what is and is not appropriate to put out there.
God doesn't want to do anything. They unlawfully labeled me as a 43, which if you guys don't know what here in Ohio, that basically means mentally disturbed. When clearly I'm not mentally. And I would never ask anybody for a single fucking dime. Anyone for a fucking dime. Like, if you guys notice, during my live streams, I say, if you would like to donate. Meaning, if you don't have the money, that's cool. And if you do have the money and you want to donate, that's cool too.
I'm just going to wake you up to something, Cyraxx. That's begging. You are asking people for money. It's a complete misrepresentation of what the word donation means. You don't donate to the channel. You give them a tip, or you pay them to say something or ask a question. I may send Marty $5 to ask you a question during a live stream because I'm not on there speaking to you myself. I can't troll you myself. That's not a donation. That's a payment for my viewing of the services and participating in the services, or that's a gift or a tip. That's all it is. It's not a donation. There's no donation involved. Donations are for nonprofits. You can donate to a church. You can donate to Goodwill, which is a quasi-charity. But, charities are what get donations. They're tax-free. That's a donation.
I don't force anyone to donate. I don't. I say if you would like to, or if you have the money and you would, want to see something happen, like something, fun or cool. I don't force it. I basically say, hey, if you want to donate, here's the info, because I know some people like to donate, and they don't know how. Hey, here's my Cash App, here's my PayPal. You got one of those. But right now, I am asking for you guys to help my family get a lawyer that isn't a total piece of shit. Family is at risk. And we seriously fucking help. And bad. I've never asked for anything from anyone. I have always worked my ass off for everything that I got. Everything I have now, I've worked my ass off for. All the stuff that was given to me by fans, they did that to see me succeed. They want to see me do well. But right now, my family needs your help, guys. This isn't a type of deal, no. My family is legitimately at risk of losing their fucking home. We are all at risk of losing our home right now. Because of Music Biz Marty, because of that Cyraxx video games guy, because of William Gorhole, because of all these fucking people that do this evil fucking shit. My family is at risk. My family wants to take Music Biz Marty, aka Nicholas Beegler, to court. Because Nicholas Beegler is the head of all this shit.
No, man, he's not the head of anything. He just showed the world who you are. He brought you from obscurity to lolcow stardom. You try very, very, very hard. You put so much effort into getting trolls to pay attention to you. It's remarkable. Sally can't go after Marty with an attorney. I mean, she could, but she doesn't have the money to. There's no money at all. She doesn't have anything. She has $200 a month left after expenses. If she did go after them, in a civil case, there's no damages. He hasn't caused you or her any real damage. Okay, maybe she had to change her cell phone number once because Marty called her a few times. So what, she has a couple $100 in damages? You can't prove Marty or CVG or any other troll for that matter has truly caused you any damages. What do you think a court's going to do, Cyraxx? Like if you sue someone over the theft of a $5 lawn chair, they're not going to do anything. You inflict emotional damage upon yourself. I mean, I'm not sure why anyone that looks the way you do would even be on the internet. That's a personal problem.
He's the one that targeted me first. He's the one that started all this. I have that man's first and last name. I know what he looked like. I have the license plate from the rental car that he rented when he came down here. I have all that stuff. I even have evidence of him taking our stolen shit and giving it away.
No, you don't. You have evidence of him giving away a plastic chair. You don't have any evidence that he stole that chair. You don't have anyone on video stealing that chair. You don't have evidence. Evidence. Cyraxx is text messages from someone else to someone else directly stating what happened. Evidence is video proof. Evidence are things that are irrefutable. Evidence is something that stands up to scrutiny. You have nothing. You might have his name. You might have the rental car he rented. As far as you know, someone else rented the car for him. You don't have anything to go on. Nothing to go on in court. That's your issue. The police aren't doing anything, one, because there's nothing really to do anything about. Just buy another chair from Big Lots for $5. And there's nothing that, even if they did do something, petty theft. That's it? Petty theft? So, no, it's not how any of this works, Cyraxx.
Live on YouTube, I have both live streams and the clip where he mentions Officer R. Truman from the Akron PD.
And all that does is show that the Akron PD watches you getting trolled on the internet.
I have all the info I need. I have all my evidence lined up, backed up. I have about 4 or 5 freaking USB sticks full of evidence. I have a lot more evidence on my current hard drive. I have even more evidence on my old hard drive. Like, I've got so much evidence showing what these people have done that it's insane. But yet, every time we take the evidence to the police, they don't want to see it.
I mean, I think they don't want to see it partly because there's nothing they're going to do about it, and partly because if they, let's say they did decide to investigate, these things, then they would also come across you pulling out your penis and masturbating in front of potentially children on the internet, in a community that's not, age filtered and not for that type of content. So, I mean, you could also receive some kind of sex offender charge for what you did, which is actually serious, Cyraxx. That would send you to prison. What Marty's done, he might get a $200 fine. Maybe.
And get this. They tell us that in order to prosecute or to move forward, that we need evidence, right? We need names, we need this and that. And I give them all that stuff. But yeah, when we make the report, they claim that they don't need it. Tell me where that makes any sense. Tell me where that makes any fucking sense. They sit there and say that to get all the evidence together, and then turn around and say that we don't fucking need it. Every time, this is them. I tell them, hey, what can I do to, fight this? Then they turn around and say, okay, if you want to press charges, here's all the information that we need. Okay, so I go out and I gather that information and I hand it over to them. The minute I hand it over to them, they say that they don't need it. How does that make any sense at all? How does that make any sort of fucking sense? And I, for one, would like to know how the fuck I'm at fault for what these people do. Like, I, for one, would like to know what people expect me to fucking do. I get off the internet. I get attacked. I mind my own business. I get attacked. Our landlady told us that the insurance company and the police both told her, and this is what the insurance company and the police both told her. They both told her that I need to get off the internet or she needs to evict us so that the value of her house doesn't go down anymore due to damages. Those were their exact words to her. When we're not causing the damage, it's these other fucking people that are doing it. Now the holes in the wall, like I told my mom downstairs, dude. Like I told my mom a few hours ago. If our landlady needs help repairing the walls, I'll help cover the cost in any way that I can.
You know what he doesn't get is all he's got to do is stay off the internet because he attracts the trolls. It's like dropping a steak in a pit of wild dogs, you know, wolves or something. They're all gonna go for it. You're a magnet for trolls, Cyraxx. Like you are legitimately worse than Chris Chan. You don't see it, but just staying off the internet would totally remove the trolls from your life. I don't mean staying off for a week. I mean staying off for years. It'll go away. You know, and especially if you move, they don't know where you live and they don't have your phone number, and you just become a regular old person that doesn't post content on the internet. That's what it would take. They would leave you alone.
Like, I'll help cover for the holes in the wall. I have no problem with that at all, whatsoever. But all the other damages caused by these trolls, they need to fucking pay for. My family didn't do shit. These trolls, like CVG and Marty, they're the ones that need to be paying for this shit, not me and my family. My family is essentially getting punished for something that the trolls fucking do. And where is that fair? And where is that right?
You know, your family's getting punished for letting you exist in this state for as long as you have, Cyraxx. Sally has enabled you to become this utterly useless and pathetic that you've caused all of these problems for your family. You can't recognize the fact that you've done it. And you continue to fail to listen. Like, as soon as you get told, stay off the internet, what do you go do? You create the biggest thing that a troll would ever want. People want you off the internet. And if continuing to mess with you will get you off the internet, that's exactly what they're going to do. You just put an even bigger marker out on yourself. Like, I guarantee you tonight there's going to be people messing with Cyraxx that have never messed with him before. Specifically because he put out this terrible stream.
Where is it right that these trolls get to get off scot-free while my family gets punished for what they fucking do? My family is getting punished for what these trolls fucking do. And that's not right. That's why I'm asking anybody out there that can help my family in any way. Whether it's setting up a GoFundMe, whether it's, you know, if you guys need my PayPal or my Cash App for sending donations, or you guys need my street address to...
There we go. He's literally actively trying to make his situation worse, giving out his street address to people that don't have it, giving out his phone number, giving out any identifying information. It's just going to make things worse, and he doesn't get it. Just so bad.
Get a lawyer, or even to get a news team out here to talk to my family. Like, any kind of help right now means the world to us. It really does. Yeah, but here's the thing though, dude. Everything my family does depends on the internet. everything. My stepdad's job.
Okay, yeah, that's a blatant lie. Your dad, your stepdad, your, mom's boyfriend, your grandmother's boyfriend, does not need the internet to go steal scrap metal from construction sites and steal scrap metal from manholes and steal scrap metal from people's yards. That doesn't require the internet. That requires a piece of shit truck and no moral perpetuity.
That's how he keeps in contact with shit. Like, that's how, the internet is how we keep our phones on. That's how we keep our phones on. That's how we keep everything going. That's how I'm able to do my job as a music artist. That's how I'm able to do streams for you guys. And believe me, dude, I've stayed off the internet before. And you know what happened? They still continue to attack my family. Even after I stay off the internet, they continue to attack my family. So staying off the internet, that's out of the question. That can't happen. And even if it did, it wouldn't do any good. They would still attack my family. Just like last time. But with that being said, guys, I do have to bounce off here. If you guys do want the info to help out, if you guys do need the info to help out, I will be doing another stream later on where I will put out that info for you guys. But right now I need to talk to a friend of mine because they're messaging me, and it's probably about what's going on. But between now and the next stream later on tonight, I need you guys to hop on that shit. I need you guys to try to figure out a way to help me fight this shit once and for all, and to help my family out. With that being said, I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys later.
Well, that's it for the stream from Cyraxx. I will definitely be covering his stream tonight if he does end up doing it, if I can find it. Big shout out to Steve from Machete Squad for restreaming this, man. Big help, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity to cover this content. But anyways, I'll get back with you guys next time.